Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Poppin' It's D. About to react to this impressive vid. It's titled Will Smith Whooped Jada for Sleeping with Mark Anthony. What the hell? Child, I really care about this second part. Apparently, Diddy settled with Cassie. I did see this headline, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little disappointed. And this is not to say I don't believe her, because I still 1000% do. But the way that she came out initially, she tried to make it seem like she was taking a stand for all domestic abuse victims. And even the terminology that she was using in the court documents, I reacted to that vid. She made it seem like, okay, no, I want to put this out there. I want to take a stand. I'm now being courageous. Now I have a voice. And, she made it seem like it was for a bigger cause, to shed light on disgusting people like Diddy. But 24 hours later, he trying to settle, and you like, all right, cool, give me the money, I'll shut up. Let's move on. What? I thought the whole purpose was to drag this out and to shed more light on what the fuck he's been doing, so that other victims can step forward, and that he can eventually be face charges or be prosecuted or whatever the case for whatever he's done in the past. Because we've heard so many stories about him, but they've been like, little slick comments that people are making. Nobody has actually came out and took a strong stance like this. She was the first. So I feel like that would have gave other people the courage to do the same and to step up, so that he can go down, because he needs to go the fuck down if this is what he's doing to women. So that's what I thought she was trying to do, girl. But she was just like, oh yeah, bet, give me the money, bye. Like, I don't know how I feel about that personally. That's just my opinion, but whatever. Let's hear what Impressive got to say. Let's watch.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Impressive channel. Now, there has been some groundbreaking updates with Cassie's lawsuit against Diddy. Diddy actually settled with Cassie. Cassie was suing him for $30 million, and she accused him of all types of stuff. In fact, I went into detail about it in my previous video, and I also linked the 35-page lawsuit in the comment section of my video, and the details were just horrific. Absolutely horrific, and it really bothered my spirit. Like, it took me a while to just kind of process it and get over it, because I felt traumatized reading through it, because Diddy put Cassie through hell. I mean, he tortured this woman. Unbelievable torture. And it's extremely telling that Diddy didn't even try to fight this case. He didn't even countersue for defamation or anything. He didn't even want it to go to trial and defend his name. He just settled because he knew that everything Cassie said in that lawsuit was true. And his lawyer is now coming out saying that him settling doesn't mean he's admitting to any guilt. Diddy is guilty. I don't care what nobody says, he's guilty. And while I am glad that Cassie got compensated, I will say I am a...
Because you settled a little too quick. If you wasn't guilty and all of this was fabricated, you would have tried to at least fight it a little bit. Because usually, even when you're not guilty, some people do settle because they're just like, you know what? I'm tired of all this bad press. I'm tired of dealing with this. I'm exhausted. Just give them the money. I don't want to keep going to court. Usually they settle when they're innocent because they're tired. Nigga, this has been like 2 seconds and you trying to settle. So you want to hurry up and dead this. You got something to hide. Fuck out of here. You are guilty.
Disappointed that this case was closed so quickly. I was hoping it would lead to a criminal investigation. In fact, it was said that the NYPD was actually looking to do a secret investigation on Diddy. However, when the news leaked, somehow, some way, this investigation stopped. And now Diddy settled. So Diddy was able to use his money and power to get away with his crimes. And honestly, I am disappointed about that. However, I'm not upset with Cassie. I think Cassie did exactly what she needed to do in this situation. In New York, the statute of limitations is like 5 years, so they give you 5 years to press criminal charges. And I think Cassie wasn't able to press those charges in time, but New York did pass an Adult Survivors Act that actually increases the time for victims to file civil lawsuits. So Cassie decided to file a civil lawsuit, and she did it when Diddy's guard was down. I don't think he expected it or saw it coming. I think if she tried to do it earlier...
That's not what his team said. So where are you getting this from? Because what I saw is that his team came out and said that she asked for money first. So they said that she initially came to him saying, if you don't give me money, I'm going to go take this public and I'm going to file a lawsuit against you. And I guess he called her bluff, like, you ain't going to do shit. I ain't giving you nothing. Fuck out of here. And then she followed through. And then when he saw she was serious, he like, oh shit, this is getting off. All right, here, take this money. That's basically what it seemed like occurred. But his people have come out and said that she tried to get money from him first. So I don't know where you get this sneak attack from. Impressive.
she probably would have wound up missing like Diddy's ex, Kim Porter.
Girl, all
Rest
right.
in peace to
Jesus
Kim
Christ.
Porter. But I think Cassie went about things the right way. And there are some people who feel like, okay, she did this to get the money, not to seek justice. But I disagree with that. In fact, Cassie's lawyer said that Diddy offered her hush money. He offered her about 8 figures, which was over $10 million in hush money. But Cassie did not hush money.
Lawyer claims. Whose lawyer? Is it his lawyer or is it a lawyer is claiming this?
He offered her about 8 figures, which was over $10 million in hush money. But Cassie did not take the money.
Why would his lawyer come out and say that?
She filed a lawsuit, exposed Diddy's dirty deeds, and she even got a bigger bag.
That's not what I heard.
She won in the situation. And also, she really put a spotlight on how horrible Diddy is. And she corroborated a lot of stories that other people have told about Diddy. And I do think there may be more victims who will come forth and file lawsuits against Diddy because at this point he made himself look guilty by settling so quickly. So I do think Diddy did get hurt by this. However, he was still able to escape without facing any real repercussions. I mean, he should be in prison for what he did. He really should. So I'm disappointed because I feel like he got away again. You know what I mean? He slipped away again. So I don't know. I don't know if he's ever going to really change because he knows that his money can get him off the hook. But I will say his reputation at this point has been severely damaged, and it will probably affect him moving forward. Who knows? But I am glad that Cassie got compensated for everything she went through. The money is not going to erase the trauma, but it will at least help provide stability for her and her family. So I wish all the best for Cassie and her family, and I also pray for her safety as well. I really pray for her safety because, listen, I don't want her to end up like Kim Porter.
I don't like that y'all keep saying that. That's just so sick to even say that. Like, what the fuck? Even speaking that into existence, like, that's just so weird to say. Like, oh, you might end up dead, girl. Why would you say that or even imply that? That's wild.
Kim Porter was about to write a tell-all book on Diddy, and she mysteriously died. Whew, that's just eerie. Anyway, let me move on and talk about this mind-blowing mess with Will Smith, Jada, and Will's former assistant, Bilal.
Please speak this
up. With a tell-all book
Christ.
about Will and Jada, and he's calling it Will and Jada's Demonic Circle. He recently sat down with Tasha K on her show Unwind with Tasha K, and he went into detail about his relationship with Will and Jada. Now, Bilal was friends with Will for almost 40 years, and he was his personal assistant for about 8 years, and they did have a bad fallout over business. He was actually doing marketing for Will's book, and he was working with different brands and companies to put together these gift boxes to give to different celebrities so they could promote Will's book. And he was actually getting paid from this. And allegedly, Jada didn't like this at all. She didn't like the fact that he was getting a cut. And she pretty much ruined his bag. And this is why he's upset to this day. And he's also upset with Will because he feels like Will did not stand up for him. But I could tell that Bilal has a real vendetta against Jada. He does not like that woman at all. Ooh. I mean, he talked about how she emasculates Will, talks down on him, makes fun of his manhood, and says he doesn't have a big enough D to please her. Allegedly, she's also very controlling. She replaced a lot of the people that were in Will's circle with her people, so she has complete control over Will, and Will just allows it because Jada has a lot of information on Will. And if he were to ever really leave, he knows she's going to tell all of his secrets, all of his dark secrets. And one of the secrets he has is the fact that he allegedly swings both ways. Now, Bilal did say that he walked in on Will getting it on with the other actor, Dwayne Martin.
All right, I open the door to Dwayne's dressing room, and that's when I see Dwayne and having anal sex with Will. Will was bent over on the couch, and Dwayne was standing up, killing him, murder, like.
Bilal also said Will is afraid to leave Jada because he allegedly put hands on Jada for cheating on him with her co-star from Hawthorne, Mark Anthony. And it was rumored that this affair is the reason why Jennifer Lopez and Mark Anthony got a divorce. Now, Will had no problem with swinging and being in threesomes with Jada, allegedly, but he did have a problem when Jada would sleep with other men because he knew deep down inside she was doing that because she allegedly wasn't sexually satisfied with Will. So she was trying to find satisfaction elsewhere, and it made Will feel very insecure. But Bilal said when Will found out about this affair, he completely lost his mind.
The final straw is when Will came home and caught Jada and Mark Anthony on the couch at their home, right? And this devastated Will. And one of the things that Jada has over him, Will lost it and beat the shit out of Jada. I mean, beat the dog shit out of her. He just couldn't take it, and he whipped her ass so much that she had to get face surgery and everything. Will don't want that to get out there. That's when she gains supreme control over Will. Will don't even love himself at this point.
He's afraid that she's going to ruin his career.
Of course. Will think, Jada thing to Will is the strap on. So I don't know how that was
Jada's but allegedly pegging Will from the back.
Well,
she owned that nigga.
Yeah. And it shows.
So as you could hear, that was some heavy tea. And Bilal also said there are some SA allegations surrounding Will and Jada, and that's another bombshell. We don't know if this is true or not. I just want to say that we don't know if any of this is true. Jada did say that she and Will are thinking about pursuing legal action against Bilal. They did mention that they were going to sue. So we will see how everything pans out. But I will say this. You can't put anything past anybody. However, I do question Bilal's motives. I do think he's scorned and bitter at the fact that his business deals got messed up because of Will and Jada. So now he's
absolutely. But he clearly got some tea.
So this whole thing is really about money for him, in my opinion. This is why he's even peddling this book, because he's trying to get book sales. He wants to make money off of the demise of Will and Jada. So I don't think his motives are completely pure. You always have to question anybody who's motivated by money, because a lot of times they're going to do and say anything to get it. Bilal was making it seem like Will was so upset that Jada had an affair with Mark, but I have a question. Why was Will hanging out with Mark after the fact? Like, they did a whole song together. So how mad was he about the affair, really? Like, we all know that Will and Jada have outside affairs.
And some people he could be mad at Jada. Like, why did you do that? But, you know, it could be like, whatever, this is business. I'm going to work with him. I'm getting a bag. So let's not act like it's impossible, because it's not.
They have
especially with these weird people.
Side relationships. And they actually were cool with each other's side pieces. So I do kind of have questions about that story. And, you know, I'm not saying that it's true or false, but I do have questions about it. And even about Jada getting surgery on her face. Jada did have a moment where she was putting a lot of fillers in her face. And this was before Will allegedly pounded her. So I don't know if the facial changes was because he put the paws on her. I just think she had fillers. And when she dissolved those fillers, she went back to looking like her old self. So I don't know. I do question that story. So I don't know if Bilal is telling the full truth or not. He could be, he could not be. But either way, he's selling a salacious story to get sales. So it's one of those things where you have to sit back and question it a little bit. But also, I'm not going to put anything past Will and Jada either. Because this whole Diddy situation really opened up my eyes and really exposed how these people in Hollywood get down for real, for real. So I'm not shocked or surprised about anything at this point. Anyway, tell me what y'all think.
I do think it's rather interesting that we just were talking about the whole Cassie situation. Even though she took the money and was like, all right, cool, you paying me? All right, bye. We'll ever talk about it again. La, da, 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 and went off to ride in the sunset. And we like, yeah, we believe her completely. But when it comes to this man, it's like, are you telling the truth? And obviously those are two very different situations. But they both have a lot of experience with these people. Cassie was around Diddy for 10 years. This man was around Jada and Will for several years. So clearly they know a lot of tea. They have a lot of information. So to say I don't know if I believe it. What? And I'm not saying that he's telling the truth about every single thing. I don't fucking know. I wasn't there. But to act like this man ain't got no tea is just like, wow. Like, obviously he has tea on them. Obviously he has information to share. He has dirt on them. So we're going to be like, you're just doing this for money. I mean, two things can be true at once. He can be doing it for money, and he also got the tea and telling the truth. Same thing could have been true with Cassie. She could have just been doing it for the money, and she also was a victim and, you know, was doing this to expose him. So these things can both be true, just saying. But yeah, at first I was over it, rolling my eyes like I'm tired of hearing about Will and Jada, but the tea, the tea is hot. I might have to watch that video. I need some more details about this child. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. Let me know what other videos you want me to watch, and I'll see y'all the next time. Bye.